This is such a contentious topic. I'm going to dive in and I'm going to give this most succinct answer I can. The question I got was, what do we do when people say that oversized women, plus sized women shouldn't be on social media or in advertising campaigns promoting a plus size body? Because essentially it's promoting an unhealthy lifestyle. If you are in early recovery and you're dealing with your own feelings of not being enough, being too big in your body, being petrified of weight gain, your job at this point is to let go of whatever people are saying about their bodies and other people's bodies. And you're going to feel all the triggers and you can feel all the feels, and that's okay. But I'm going to encourage you to just check in and go, where am I at? Am I happy in the body I'm in? Not aesthetically. Am I feeling good in my body right now? And this is why this work that we do on really connecting with our hunger, connecting with our fullness, connecting, trying to separate all the headworms from what's really going on, really connecting to all the signs and signals of our bodies, being quiet enough to listen to whether we're hungry or full and how much our body would like and what it would like, instead of ignoring all of that information, which it's giving us all the time. Your job, first and foremost, is to get good at that so you can figure out where your body's happy point, healthy point is. And the best way to know is because it feels good. When we're thriving, it feels good. Now, that doesn't mean that mentally we're cool with it. My body is in a very happy space at the moment, but mentally I might still be able to say, well, you could always use a few kilos, or, oh, look at those cellulite, oh, look at the cellulite, oh, look at the stretch marks, oh, look at the tummy. I can have a judgment aesthetically about how my body, should be, could be, would be. But I'm interested as a coach working with people in recovery is, how does your body feel right now? And if I'm honest, for all the things that would be nice, I'd love to be 10 years younger. I'm not. But the fact is, today, my body feels good. I feel strong. I feel healthy. I feel energized. I don't feel too weak and lightheaded. I don't feel too heavy and groggy. Feeling good. So that's probably a sign that something is going right. Now, that ability to disconnect our judgment of what we think other people are thinking from what is actually happening, that takes a lot of practice, and that's okay. But yeah, when you're going through that journey of trying to work it all out and figure out where you are and where your body's happy and healthy, when you're in that journey and somebody says something really disparaging or really brutal about a woman who is oversized, or even just somebody who's a little bit poofy around the edges, that can trigger a ton of old stuff. And your job in recovery in the early days specifically, don't try and defend it. Just notice how it's affecting you. Notice what it's making you think about you. Notice your judgment. Notice the sting that comes with. And you start doing that work of changing those beliefs, finding your set point, finding your healthy, happy. Once your body is in its healthy zone, then your job is to love and accept that body like a badass. That is it. And I would say, start accepting it now, even if you feel like you're in a big body, because 9 times out of 10, my clients are like, all this time, I thought I was in this huge oversized body and I wasn't. And then I could only see that with clarity. But it takes doing the work to look back and go, man, was I ever really fat? My body was actually amazing. I had no idea. Was it a model body? Maybe not, but who gives a fuck? It was a great body. It looks amazing. And it is still. And for some people listening, you are actively in bodies that are oversized by the definition of, you could potentially be in an unhealthy body that's carrying too much weight or too much fat reserves for what it needs. Now, I don't want to go into all the reasons why it might be doing that but know that this is the beginning of the journey. It's letting go of other people's opinions, and that's really hard, but we do the work repeatedly until we're really good at it. And instead, focusing on, what is my body feeling right now? And if you tune into the physiological feel, not the mental feel, because most of you listening is going to be thinking, I feel so big. There's a difference between what we think our body looks like versus what we feel like in our body. If there was no mirror, if you had no idea what you looked like, if there wasn't another human being around, how would you feel in your body. And there's a big difference between I'm feeling a little bloated and uncomfortable, but actually all things considered, I feel pretty good, versus I'm feeling there's things wrong. I'm feeling that I'm struggling to walk up the stairs because I'm carrying too much fat reserves, or I've got an injury, or whatever it might be. Check in with your physiological body and feel the feels. When your body is feeling healthy, it feels pretty damn neutral. There's not a lot going on. You almost can't feel it. It's like having, you're not hungry, but you're not full. You're kind of in the Goldilocks zone, right? But when your body is hungry, or when your body is stuffed, you're going to feel the physiological differences of those things. And your job as you begin your recovery journey is to start to connect to this. And trust me, the more that you connect with it, the more you will get really good at listening. And what I believe and what I've seen to be true time and time again, even when it feels impossible, even when it takes a long time, is that when we get good at listening, our body does guide us very intelligently towards its healthy Goldilocks zone. That is what it's trying to do all the time. And whatever problems you have with your body was probably a result of going beyond our body signals, not listening, overriding. And what I want to help you do is get clear with what those signals are and start really listening to them. And over time, you will come to trust them. And in the meantime, you have to trust me that that journey is one worth going on. And I can say that because I've been on it. And because when I take clients through that process and they begin letting go of the thoughts of what I should be, and rather connecting with what I am feeling and really listening to their body signals, the needs for rest, the needs for movement, the needs for food, or the needs to not eat, and getting good at actively giving the body what it needs, not always easy, but it starts with hearing the signal. Then over time, your body will guide you to its Goldilocks zone. Now, for some people, I was doing this. For some people, the Goldilocks zone is here. And for some people, the Goldilocks zone is there. And for some people, the Goldilocks zone is exactly where they are right now. And all they've got to do, the work is accepting that. Okay? And that work can be done if you choose to. Or you can hate your body. It's up to you. These are choices we make. But the bottom line is, it's not about society telling us what's right or wrong. Ultimately, if there's plus size models out there, and they feel healthy and happy in their body and they love it, then I say, that's cool, that's on them. But if they're feeling unhealthy, they're feeling like something's wrong, they're getting all the physiological symptoms and there's problems here, then they will need to do the work like anybody. And that's on them. But whether they should or shouldn't be there is irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant. It's what do you want and what do you need? So your job initially, when you hear those nasty body shaming comments, is to dismiss them and focus on you. Where is my body at? And that bit of letting go of other people's judgments, really hard. Now, as I say, you can stand up and fight them. You can put down some boundaries about what is and is not acceptable to you in terms of the way we speak about each other as human beings. And you could do that under any circumstances. Racism, sexism, body shaming, doesn't matter. When people are being mean and cruel with their words, you have a right, as everybody does, to stand up and say, that's not acceptable for me. If we're going to be, friends, if we're going to work together, I'm not interested in those comments. Keep them to yourself. You don't know the impact that I'm sure you didn't mean to be mean, but or if you did, like, let's make this a happy place. You can choose to do that. But ultimately, what's more powerful is you coming to a deep sense of, I'm good, and what they say will just wash over you because you won't care. Because you'll know you feel good in your body, and that's all that counts. All right, lovelies. I hope that helps if you're struggling with some body shamers in your life. It's a big topic. It's super hard. I'm not saying this is easy. There's nothing like somebody we love, particularly, saying something disparaging about weight gain to trigger up all the I'm not good enough and I should, and all the desire to restrict. So it's going to take some work, but at least you know what to do, and you put your head down, reconnect with this first. We'll worry about them later. Alrighty, adios. Hi, if you don't know me, my name's Helen Bennett. I'm the founder of bulimiafreedom.com. Yes, I struggled with bulimia for 20 years. I probably know what you're going through, and I know how tough the recovery journey can be. And yes, what I do now is I help people all over the world get freedom from those compulsive needs to binge eat and to purge. And we want that freedom as fast as possible. And in my experience, and those are the people I work with, it takes a lot of action. It takes consistency. It takes putting in work. The first action I'm going to ask you to take in order to get the results you came here for is to post in the comment. Let me know one aha moment from this video or one action that you're committing to doing after listening to the content. I hope you found it valuable. I look forward to hearing from you. And of course, as always, if you'd like additional support, please don't be shy. Don't feel ashamed. Reach out and ask for it. And if you think I can help you, go to bulimiafreedom.com, where I'm going to give you the support that you need, whether you do it DIY, group, or private. It's totally up to you. But everything that we do is designed to get you to take action so that you can feel the taste of freedom as fast as possible. I hope to see you there.